3 years ago, the compact car segment changed forever. The Mazda 3 came out, and all of a sudden, cars that were once cheap and cheerful were just cheerful. Then the others followed suit. First the Hyundai, then the Cruze, then the Focus, a couple of no-name brands, and then you couldn't recognize the compact car segment, mainly because you can get things like heated rear seats and self-parking assist. Now it's the Sentra's turn, but I want to make a very clear distinction. This is the beginning of the second round of the new compact car segment, mainly because Nissan's had the benefit of seeing what everybody else has been doing. Two things stand out. Number one, wow, there have been some changes. And number two, they're not at all what you'd expect. I know Mean Gene just gave you guys a dissertation on unsprung weight. Now let's talk sprung weight, specifically its relation to MPG. Let's be honest with each other. Oil traders and refiners and those that produce the final product of gasoline are pilfering through our collective pockets right now. Car manufacturers are helping us out by bringing us cars like these in the C segment that go up to, say, 40 mpg on the highway. But how do they do that? They lower the weight. Now, in very expensive cars, you can use exotic materials, but this is not an expensive car. I have to say, this is one of the most ingenious solutions I've seen to lower weight. And really, follow me on this one because it's brilliant. If you're gonna go, say, 400 or 500 miles, and your car now gets 40 mpg on the highway, you don't need to carry as much gasoline, now do you? So what do? Smaller gas tank. Two benefits. Number one, the physical part weighs less, and number two, you're not transporting as much fuel. How does it all work? I have to say it's screwed together pretty damn well. Even though horsepower and torque are down from last year, if you were to put the Sentra on, say, a driver involvement scale, where the Hyundai's down here and the Focus is up here, with 130 horsepower and rather heavily weighted steering, I would put the Sentra at the 75th percentile. Continuing on the economy theme, electric power steering has become prevalent in compact cars, mid-size cars, even on the Porsche 911. Main benefit, improves fuel economy. But a power steering pump does not an accessory drive make. What about taking the alternator and decoupling it from the accessory drive when you don't need to charge the battery? Main benefit, increases the fuel economy and lowers the drain on the engine. Then there's the transmission. We've had this conversation before. I am just not into CVTs. I just don't get it. But then again, I'm one guy. I also think owning a Lotus Elise is a very practical endeavor. This case here, there are 3 different settings, Eco, Normal, and Sport. I've tried all 3 on hills and cities, on freeways. Let's just say the Normal is definitely the best way to go because it's actually the way the Nissan engineers designed the car to be set up, and it does work. It does give you the fuel economy. But that brings up an extremely good question. Do you go for the CVT and get 40 mpg, or do you shift your own gears and get 37? What's your choice? Let me know. Get in contact. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, MotoMan.tv. I'm going to collect your findings. I'm going to share it with multiple people at car manufacturers to evangelize that we need more manual transmissions. So, the Sentra will read your text messages and it will let you respond to them, but only if you have an Android or a BlackBerry, not one of these. I would initially blame Nissan for this, but the Focus, that reads text messages. I know of $100,000 cars that read text messages, but not with an Apple device. So something tells me Apple needs to get off its collective arse and start communicating with our cars.